Nihilism was a word that was thrown around a lot in the 19th century. It often labeled bomb-throwing anarchists. Think of Joseph Conrad's secret agent and people like Friedrich Nietzsche, who rejected conventional morality. Today, nobody uses the word much. We can use it for a label, though we need to sharpen it up a bit, given the misuses to which it has also been put. What exactly is nihilism? It's a good idea to start with what it isn't. Nihilism is not moral relativism. It doesn't hold that there are lots of equally good or equally right moral codes, each one appropriate to its particular ethnic group, culture, time period, or ecological niche. Nihilism doesn't agree with the relativist that capital punishment is okay at some times and places and not okay at other ones. It's also not moral skepticism, forever unsure about which among competing moral claims is right. Moral skepticism holds that capital punishment is definitely right or definitely wrong, but alas, we can't ever know which. Nor does nihilism claim that everything is permitted, that nothing is forbidden. Still less does it hold that destructive behavior is obligatory, that figurative or literal bomb-throwing is good or makes the world better in any way at all. These are all charges made against nihilism, or at least they are often attributed to people the establishment wants to call nihilists. But they don't stick to nihilism, or at least not to our brand. These charges fail because nihilism is deeper and more fundamental than any moral code. Nihilism is not in competition with other codes of moral conduct about what is morally permitted, forbidden, and obligatory. Nor does it disagree with other conceptions of value or goodness. What is good or the best? What end we ought to seek as a matter of morality? Nihilism rejects the distinction between acts that are morally permitted, morally forbidden, and morally required. Nihilism tells us not that we can't know which moral judgments are right, but that they are all wrong. More exactly, it claims they are all based on false, groundless presuppositions. Nihilism says that the whole idea of morally permissible is untenable nonsense. As such, it can hardly be accused of holding that everything is morally permissible. That, too, is untenable nonsense. Moreover, nihilism denies that there is really any such thing as intrinsic moral value. People think that there are things that are intrinsically valuable, not just as a means to something else, human life, or the ecology of the planet, or the master race, or elevated states of consciousness, for example. But nothing can have that sort of intrinsic value, the very kind of value morality requires. Nihilism denies that there is anything at all that is good in itself, or for that matter, bad in itself.